All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, November 4th, 2022. Got a lot of games to go over today. We got some college football game tonight. No baseball tonight, as it's a travel day for the World Series. Astros got a big win last night to go up 3-2. Philadelphia had a lot of chances to score some runs in that game. I think they left, I think they left 12 runners on base last night. So they had plenty of chances. Just couldn't cash in on them. Got some NBA tonight, and then we'll also talk about college football and NFL for Sunday. Uh, Joined by my dad, Tony Gonzalez, like always. How's it going?
I'm going pretty good. You got to give Houston a lot of credit, man. They win a lot of close games. That's why they're so good. They win a lot of close games. They just do a lot of little things and get the job done. We'll see if they can close it. They got an opportunity to close it out Saturday, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's going to go 7.
I had to pick Houston in 6, but like I said, I want Philly to win.
Yeah, I think it's going to go 7. Yeah, I picked. I had the Phillies in 6 is what I had, but I think it's going to go 7 now. I don't see the Phillies. I don't think the Phillies are going to win 3 in a row, or the Astros are going to win 3 in a row.
I hope it goes 7.
I hope it goes 7 too, just because it'll be another baseball game. It's been a good World Series. I mean, all the games have been entertaining. A lot of history's been made, so it's been a fun one to watch. Turn the head down. All right, we'll start. I guess we'll go ahead and start with the NCAA. Let me see which one comes up here. We'll go with the NBA first. NBA got quite a few games tonight. First game tonight is the Miami Heat at the Indiana Pacers. The Heat are 3.5-point favorites. They're minus 158 on the money line. The Pacers are plus 134 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 227. The Heat have been playing pretty good ball. Pacers are a young team that's still trying to gain all their chemistry, but they've been competing. They play hard.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Guys, stop. Dogs won't act up. What do you think the Pacers? I mean, they got 2 young players that are looking really good. At this time, if you was going to pick, what do they need? What do they need to go after to make them a true playoff team?
I think they need I'd say a power forward to kind of help. They can facilitate and help with the rebounding because they have Duarte, another guy that can play it forward. And now I guess it's Miles Turner wants out. He's wanting to get to LA, which makes no sense to me. Why you want to go to the Lakers? They're terrible. I just hope they don't make that trade and end up with Westbrook. But I think we need another big man down low. You don't have to be like a big man, but a good solid power point forward would be good for us.
Who can you name somebody that you think? I mean, not that we're getting that person, just that type of guy. You don't have to be a superstar. It can be a superstar. I don't care.
I'd have to think about it for a little bit. I'm not right off the top of my head. I can't be honest with you.
Okay, somebody like Paul George.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not
somebody
saying
somebody like that'd be good, but he'd be more of a small forward. But yeah, true. But he would be. I mean, somebody like that would help. We got scoring. We need some. I think we need like a guy, a defensive guy that maybe brings a little grit to the team. Not this guy necessarily, but somebody kind of like a PJ Tucker or back in the day, Robert Ory, that necessarily didn't play, wasn't a star, but could play in big moments.
Guy from. He's not necessarily big guy from. Not saying I want him. The guy from Golden State. The guy plays.
Kind of like Draymond, something like Draymond, that. Kind of. Yeah, that type. I think we need that type of guy.
A good player, but also an intangible
player. Yeah, and brings that a little bit of grit,
and can do a little bit of everything.
I think it would help us on the defensive side because that's where we struggle. We can score points. We score 125, 130 points a game. We give up 140 a game sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Glenn? Let me open this back up. I hate when it shuts off. But with the Pacers, like I said, I think this will be a good hard fought game tonight. I favor the Pacers at the plus 3.5 at home. I think it'll be a close game, even if the Pacers lose. But being at home, I know Glenn will be at the game tonight. He's all home Pacer game.
He has a good time. And Glenn's a big Indiana fan, that's for sure. Pacers and Colts and also auto racing.
Well, and the Indiana Fever.
Yep.
New York Knicks at the 76ers, Sixers are minus 3.5 at home, minus 164 on the money line. The Knicks are plus 138 on the money line. Over-unders at 219.5. I favor the San Francisco 76ers in this game. The Knicks are playing better ball this year than they were last year. Both these teams have struggled a little bit. The Sixers are without James Harden, so you do have that. But at home, I like the Sixers over the Knicks.
Have they played any games without him yet? Since the injury, I can't remember.
I think maybe one.
Maybe one.
Then the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Detroit Pistons. Cleveland is 5.5 point favorites, minus 220 on the money line. The Pistons are plus 184 on the money line. Over-unders at 220 for this game. I like Cleveland in this game. I like Cleveland at the minus 5.5. Detroit's a young team. They're building. They're getting better. Them and the Pacers to me are kind of similar, and they got a lot of young talent that's starting to build chemistry together. And I'm thinking if they can keep that core together here in a year or two, that they're going to be pretty good. And then the Brooklyn Nets at the Washington Wizards. The Wizards are actually 3-point favorites at home. Minus 154 on the money line. The Nets are plus 130 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 222.5. This game here, to me, could go either way. Brooklyn has more talent on the team, but that hasn't all came together this year. Ben Simmons isn't playing well. Now you have Kyrie suspended for at least 5 games. I kind of think Kyrie might not play another game with the Nets. From what I hear, the owner of the Nets, that Joe Tsai, is from what all the reports I'm hearing, he's pretty much. I think he's fed up with it. I mean, he's done with Kyrie.
Do you think that they could make a trade with the Lakers?
I don't know if the Lakers, I don't know if they can figure it out money wise with the cap and everything, but they might be able to. I think they're going to do something, and I honestly think the pressure. He finally got suspended because of the NBA. Because Brooklyn kind of was waiting on it. You know what I mean? It'd been a week, and then the commissioner Silver says a few things, and then later that day he gets suspended for at least 5 games, and then he comes out and apologizes. Like I said, I don't get offended by people like over stuff like that, but I understand people like the Jews and stuff, the people that do. You know what I'm saying?
Jewish people,
we're
Mexican
just
people. I mean,
yeah.
I can go see a comedian show.
Yeah.
They can say pretty much anything they want about any race, and I don't get upset. I don't think everybody's got a right to freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Like we was just talking. There's also when you work for a business, a big business like the NBA or Major League Baseball, or me working at Walmart, a big corporation or something like that. Yeah, there's consequences to you got a right to say whatever you want to say, but there's consequences. Yeah. And that's part of life. There's consequences with everything.
And my thing is, everybody was hollering about consequences when it's other races and stuff. So you just because it's a different race, we can't just sweep it under the rug. It has to be the same all around. If you're gonna get upset over this, you gotta get upset over this. You can't pick and choose. So that's why I didn't have a problem with the suspension just because of that. But so in that game, I kind of favored the Wizards at home at the -3. Just because, like I said, the Nets have a lot going on right now. They fired the coach. Then now you got Kyrie out. Ben Simmons, I think, had missed a couple games too. So they might be without Irving and Simmons tonight.
Well, I think Simmons is done.
And then Bulls at the Celtics. Celtics are 7-point favorites, -295 on the money line. The Bulls are plus 240 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 223.5. I like the Bulls in this game at the +7. I think this is going to be a close game. Celtics might win the game, but I like the Bulls to cover. The Los Angeles Clippers at the San Antonio Spurs. The Clippers are 3.5-point favorites on the road, -162 on the money line. The Spurs are plus 136 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 225. I favor the Clippers in this game on the road. I know they're without Kawhi, but they still have Paul George, John Wall. They still have a pretty deep team. I think they have a little more talented team than what the Spurs have. Charlotte Hornets at the Memphis Grizzlies. I like the Grizzlies in this game, but the Grizzlies are 11-point favorites. I know if you watch the show, I don't like giving up double-digit numbers like that in the NBA very often, but I do think the Grizzlies win. Golden State Warriors at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Warriors are 11-point underdogs. Or excuse me, I said that wrong, but it's right. But New Orleans are 11-point favorites at home. Warriors are plus 440 underdogs. And the over-under for this game is at 227.5. I like the Warriors at the plus 11. I know the Warriors have been struggling. They've lost like 3 in a row. They haven't won a game at home, but most of them games they're losing real close. I don't think they're going to get blown out by the Pelicans. If the Warriors do lose this game, I think it'll be within 11 points. The Warriors being an 11-point dog to anybody, to me, is just kind of silly. I know they've been struggling a little bit, but still. You got the Raptors at the Mavericks. Mavericks are 3-point favorites, minus 154 on the money line. The Raptors are plus 130 on the money line. I like the Dallas Mavericks here at the minus 3 at home. They're a more talented team than the Raptors, and they're getting to play at home. Trailblazers at the Suns. Suns are 12-point favorites, minus 700 on the money line. Portland is plus 500 on the money line. Over-under is 217.5. I like the Suns here to win the game, but again, at minus 12, that's too many. To me, that's too many points to give up. Milwaukee Bucks at the Timberwolves. Bucks are minus 3.5 point favorites, minus 162 on the money line. Timberwolves are plus 136 on the money line. Over-unders at 227. I like the Bucks here. And this was at 3 points just about 10 minutes ago. Now it's at 3.5. So I like the Bucks. No, never mind. That was the Mavs. I like the Bucks at 3.5. And then last game of the night is the Utah Jazz at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are 3-point favorites at home.
Lakers starting to play a little better, ain't they?
And the Jazz are plus 132 on the money line. Over-unders at 228. The Lakers started to play a little better, but I still think they're going to have a long season.
They're playing a little bit better, and actually Westbrook's been playing pretty good as of late. But maybe he's going to buy in coming off the bench.
And real quick before we move on to college, do you have any NBA?
No.
Before we move on to college, my picks yesterday were 5-2. On the games I missed the Phillies on the money line, but the under the 7.5 got worked. And then I had the Eagles minus 14. The Eagles won the game, but they won the game at only by 12 points. So the Eagles didn't cover.
I had 2 parlays and doing good. I had 5 picks total. I went 2 for 3.
So my picks over since Tuesday. So over the last 3 days since Tuesday were 18-6. Haven't done too bad this week at all. Let's see. After the NBA, we'll go to college football. Okay. Got a couple games tonight. What was it? 3 games? Yeah, 3 games tonight, and got a whole slate of Saturday games. For the games tonight, the first game is Duke at Boston College. Duke is 11.5-point favorite, minus 480 on the money line. Boston College is plus 360 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 47.5. I think I like Duke to win this game. Like I said, 11.5 points is the only thing that scares me on that a little bit, just because it's a big number. And like last night, I gave up 14 with the Eagles and it didn't work out. Then you have UMass at Connecticut. Connecticut's a 15.5-point favorite, minus 720 on the money line. UMass is a plus 500 favorite, or a plus 500 underdog on the road. Over-unders at 40.5. These are 2 teams that don't have very good offenses and don't have very good defenses. Neither these teams aren't very good. They average for UMass average scoring 12 points per game. Their defense averages giving up 30 points per game. For UConn, they average scoring 18 points per game, and their defense averages allowing 26 points per game. UMass is 1-7 on the season. UConn is 4-5. Uh, I kind of like the under the 40 in this game, but what I really like in this game is UMass plus 15 and a half. I to me it just don't make a whole lot of sense. You got teams that don't even the average scoring the average scoring 18 points and one team average scoring 12 points, and you put a team as a 15 and a half point favorite. I just don't see either team being able to extend that big of a lead. I think this is going to be both teams like to run the ball. Neither quarterback is like real good. So I like UMass plus the 15 and a half, just because I don't think there's going to be enough points scored for either team to get that big of a spread. And then the last game tonight is Oregon State number 24 Oregon State at Washington. Washington are 4.5 point favorite at home, even though Washington's not ranked. They're minus 196 on the money line. Oregon State's plus 162 on the money line. Over under for this game's at 54.5. The spread it kind of surprised me the spread since you got a ranked team.
Does Oregon State got somebody out on
it? I'm not sure
because I think Oregon State's playing some pretty good football right now.
Washington's been playing pretty good football with that Penix.
Yeah, that's true, but I think Oregon State's going to be too much for Washington's defense.
I figured it would be closer to around 3 since it is in Washington. I think that's why Washington's favored. It was at 4 earlier today. It's went to 4.5.
I think Oregon State beats them.
You like Oregon State?
Yes. Oregon State, I've seen them play here recently a little bit. They're playing really good football right now. And I know Washington's decent, but who did we see Washington play and they fell apart in the second half? And was it UCLA? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Phoenix got off to a good start, and then they just fell apart deep. I don't think they can hold
Oregon State's offense.
Yeah.
That's all the college football for today. Did you have any for today's college football?
I've got a parlay for college football for Saturday.
Okay, for Saturday. I got some games for Saturday as well.
Yeah, nothing for today.
Let's see. Duke, I like Duke to win that game, but I just don't like giving up 11.5 points over Boston College. But Duke's the better team. All right, for tomorrow, not going to go through every game, but I like a few of the games here that I like. You got number 17 North Carolina at Virginia. North Carolina's a 7.5 point favorite, minus 285 on the money line. Over unders at 60.5. I like North Carolina to cover in that game.
What do you think of that North Carolina quarterback?
I think he's pretty good. I don't know if how good he'll be at the next level, but I think he'll probably get a chance at the next level. He'll probably be a later round pick.
I didn't know how big he was size wise.
Another game I have a lot of interest in is Texas Tech at TCU. I think that is going to be interesting. TCU's ranked 7th. TCU's an 8.5 point favorite at home, minus 330 on the money line. Texas Tech is plus 260 on the money line. Over unders at 69.5. I favor TCU to win this game. 8.5 points scares me a little bit.
Texas Tech ain't a bad football team.
Texas Tech isn't a bad. They're a pretty good team. That's why 8.5 scares me a little bit. But I do like TCU. I do think TCU wins the game. I'm a little cautious of the 8.5.
Do you think TCU is going to be the team that's going to get screwed this year?
They could be. Right now, I would have TCU at 5. I think Michigan should have been 4, TCU 5. And if you want to put Clemson at 6 or 7, go ahead. But Clemson shouldn't have been at 4. Clemson just hasn't played the strength of schedule.
No.
And another big game this weekend, you have Tennessee and Georgia. Number 1 Georgia against number 2 Tennessee. They have Georgia as an 8.5 point favorite. I like Tennessee plus the 8.5 all day here. I mean, you're giving. I think Tennessee's going to win the game, but you're giving Tennessee over a touchdown, over a touch, or giving Georgia over a touchdown.
Do you think Georgia can slow down Tennessee's offense?
that's where I think they're gonna have trouble because plus they just lost one of their top defensive players, Smith, uh, one of their top defensive ends. I think that could really affect
Do
them.
you think it's going to be a shootout, or do you think it'll be a little bit lower scoring than what some people think?
I think it might be a little bit lower scoring than what some people think, just because when you go in thinking it's going to be a shootout, usually one of the defenses usually show
I think
up.
a lot of people think it's going to be both teams in the 30s. 30s,
Yeah,
maybe in a team in the 40. I think that's what a lot of people think. I think it could be more like a 27-24 game, something. Probably both teams in the 20s. It wouldn't surprise me. I hope Tennessee wins.
yeah. I hope Tennessee wins as well, but I like Tennessee at the plus 8.5 because either team that wins, I could see maybe being under 8.5. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But either way, I think Florida and Texas A&M could be a pretty good game. Also, Texas A&M is a 3-point favorite. Uh, okay, you said you had some college.
Yes, I've got a college parlay for Saturday. Got Tulane minus 7.5 at Tulsa. I've got Penn State minus 14 at IU. I've got Auburn at Mississippi State. I'm taking Mississippi State and the minus 12.5. And I got Clemson at Notre Dame, and I'm taking Clemson minus 3.5. That's a parlay. I don't know what
Yeah.
the odds. What it would be. That's the parlay I'm taking.
All right. NFL. Talk a little NFL here before I give out the picks of the day. So you got the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 5.5-point favorites at home. Patriots are minus 270 on the money line. Colts are plus 220 on the money line. Over-unders at 40.5. I'm a big Colts fan, so I usually don't give out this pick, but I think the Colts have a chance. I like the Colts with the plus 5.5. But then you have the Bills and the Jets. Bills are 11.5-point favorites, minus 620 on the money line. The Jets are plus 460 on the money line. Over under is 45.5. I like the Bills here. 11.5 kind of seems like a lot of points to me. But then after I watched the Jets throw 3 or 4 interceptions last week, it kind of don't. But the way the Jets were playing going into last week's game, they had looked pretty good. I think they got away from their game plan last week and tried to throw the ball too much.
Yep, I agree.
So if they can get back to running the ball, I can see them trying to make this a closer game. But I like the Bills. Dolphins at the Bears. Dolphins are 4.5-point favorites, minus 196 on the money line. Bears are plus 164 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 45.5. And the spread on this is moving. The Dolphins were at minus 4. Now they're up to minus 4.5. So if you like the Dolphins, I would get it soon. I like the Dolphins in this game. I just don't think the Bears are going to have enough offense, and I think the Dolphins defense is going to step up. I think they're going to be a little fired up with that they added Bradley Chubb. Then you have the Packers at the Lions. Who knows who wins this game? These two teams might be a tie just because neither team wants to win. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites. I kind of like the Lions as a sleeper here as an upset team at the plus 164 on the money line. The Packers struggle to score points. We know when the Lions can get going and score points, especially when they're healthy. It's just if their defense can play, can keep the score low. Well, the Packers can almost help that defense because they just haven't had much offense at all. So that's an interesting game for me. But I do kind of favor the Lions to maybe win that game. I think that could be
What's the point spread you got on that?
minus 3.5 for the Packers. Next game is the Vikings at the Commanders. Vikings are 3-point favorites on the road, minus 168 on the money line. Commanders are plus 142 on the money line. I like the Vikings at the minus 3 here all day. I'm kind of surprised that it's only 3 points against the Commanders. That surprises me. Panthers at the Bengals. Bengals are 7-point favorites over the Panthers.
The way the Bengals looked the other night, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree that this game here could be another one of them that could maybe be a chance for what some people would consider an upset.
Do you think that after what happened with Carolina blowing that game last week, do you think there's any after effects? Because that would have been a big win for them to win that game, and they absolutely blew that game.
I think that coach that they as the interim coach, I think he's doing a good job getting them guys ready. I think they'll be ready. I mean, if I'm them guys, if you want to be mad at anybody, it should be more. If he don't take his helmet off his head, he probably won that game.
Well, kicker too, though.
Yeah,
he don't take it off, you probably win it, but no guarantee because he come out and missed.
Yeah,
an extra point one too. So he missed a bunch of kicks. But Moore should have never. There's no defending Moore what he did.
What are they doing? We got the next game is the Los Angeles Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. The Chargers are 3-point favorites on the road, -158 on the money line. The Falcons are +134 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 49.5. This is another game. Falcons are up a bit. Have times they look like a real good team, and then other times they just they really struggle. And the Chargers have been disappointing this year. Hey, scrap dog, but Chargers have been disappointing, especially with a lot of injuries that they've had. Scrappy. So I like the. Hey, get over here. But I kind of like the Falcons in this game. Scrappy. Next game is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Raiders are 2.5 point favorites, -126 on the money line. The Jaguars are plus 2.5 on the money line. Over under for this game. Or excuse me, the Jaguars are +116 on the money line. My bad. This dog has me all messed up. Over-unders at 47.5. I kind of favor the Jags in this game, just how bad the Raiders looked last week. Derek Carr, that offense looked terrible. You got the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are -134 on the money line. The Seahawks are +114 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 48.5. I like the Seahawks here. Seahawks, Geno Smith has been playing real well. The Cardinals are just not a consistent team, so I like the Seahawks here at the +114 on the money line. I think the Seahawks win this game. Give me just 1 second. All right, next game is the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are 3-point favorites at home, -154 on the money line. The Rams are +130 on the money line. Over under for this game set at 42.5. And this is a tough one to pick because neither one of these teams are playing good. Both offenses are really struggling. Defenses are kind of struggling as well. But I would lean toward the Bucs. Next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 12.5 point favorites, -620 on the money line. The Titans are +460 on the money line. Over under is 45.5. I think the Chiefs win. I think the Chiefs win this game, but I think I think the spread's way too much. 12.5. I do think, like I said, I think the Chiefs win, but I can see the Titans and the Titans give the Chiefs some trouble. So I think 12.5 points for the Chiefs is just too many points.
just as the Titans got to run the football. If they run the football, the Titans got a chance to beat them.
Yeah.
They've got.
That's what I'm saying. 12.5 points seems like a lot of points.
I just don't know if the Titans got enough receivers.
And then the last game, which is the Monday night game, is the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints. The Ravens are 2.5-point favorites, minus 132 on the money line. Saints are plus 112 on the money line. I like the Ravens in this game. Saints haven't been able to really figure it out at quarterback. You had Winston, he got hurt. Now you've been playing Dalton. Winston's healthy, but you stuck with Dalton. The defense is up and down. Michael Thomas is done for the season now.
They looked real good last week, but I don't know if that was them looking so good or the Raiders looking so bad.
Yeah. So I kind of like the Ravens at the minus 2.5 there. You have any football?
I've got a parlay, and I actually changed it a little bit. I like one of the picks that you had down, and I took one out that I wasn't sure about. I went with Green Bay minus 3.5 against Detroit. I think Green Bay at the end of that game against Buffalo, I think the offense started clicking a little bit. And some people could say it was garbage time or whatever, but I think they clicked a little bit. I think it's a must win. It's a must win for them.
Yeah.
Detroit's got a good offense, and they looked good the other day, but they just find ways to lose games still, and don't win big games. And so I'm gonna go with Green Bay minus 3.5 at Detroit, and then I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. I think you said it was 5.5 now. I had 5.
4.5.
Oh, 4.5 now. I'm taking the Dolphins minus 4.5 at Chicago. I'm taking Seattle money line at Arizona. And then the other pick, and I switched, I'm going to go with that Minnesota minus the 3 against Washington. I like that. I originally was going to go with the Raiders, but I wasn't sure on that pick to begin with. So I'm going to switch that out and go with that for a parlay, a 14 parlay.
Okay. My pick, well, I guess, yeah, we can go ahead. That's basically what you have.
I've got an NHL parlay for Saturday.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the NHL, and then I'll go through my picks. And then we'll go. Yeah.
Okay. I've got the Golden Knights at the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to take the Golden Knights money line. Then I got the Colorado Avalanche at the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Is there somebody here still?
They may be. Well, yeah, Chris is still here, and he got out.
All right. My picks for college football tonight. I'll start there, and we'll get back to his hockey when he gets back. Sorry about that. We have a freaking dog going crazy. I like UMass plus 15.5 tonight in college football. But I like UMass plus 15.5 tonight in college football. That's the only game I like in college football tonight. NBA tonight, I like the Mavs minus 3, the Bucks minus 3.5, the Cavs minus 5.5, and the Warriors plus at 11. College football on Saturday, I have Texas A&M minus 3, North Carolina minus 7.5, TCU minus 8.5, Tennessee plus 8.5, and Texas minus 2.5. That's my college football picks for Saturday. Like I said, for college football tonight, I like the UMass plus 15.5. NBA tonight, I already said. I'll go back over a minute. So for my NFL picks, I'll have the Seattle Seahawks on the money line over the Cardinals. The Indianapolis Colts plus 5.5 with New England. I think this is going to be a close game. Hoping the Colts win, but I think if they lose, they cover the 5.5. I think if they lose, it's going to be like a field goal game. I like the Vikings at minus 3. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised that wasn't more points against the Commanders. I like the Ravens at the minus 2.5, and I have the Dolphins at the minus 4.5. And then I put together an underdog money line parlay. I like the Falcons on the money line, the Panthers on the money line, and the Seattle Seahawks on the money line as 3 underdogs. I think have a good chance of maybe winning. Then in college football, I forgot my money. I also put together a money line underdog parlay in it. I forgot about. I have Notre Dame at plus 146, North Carolina State at plus 138, and Iowa at plus 146 against Purdue. I think Notre Dame has a chance against Clemson. And in NC State, I can't remember off the top of my head who they're playing now, but I think they have a good chance too.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, because I was looking at that. I'm gonna kill a couple dogs.
Scrappy, get up there and lay down. That's enough. Man, there ain't no reason for it. He's fine. Okay. I don't think you got through your
No, I
hockey.
didn't. Sorry about that, guys. I had dogs going crazy. So
Oh.
yeah, the NHL parlay I had was the Golden Knights money line over at the Montreal Canadiens. Again, Golden Knights money line. I got the Avalanche, Colorado Avalanche at the Blue Jackets. I'm taking the Avalanche money line. Then I've got the Chicago Blackhawks at the Winnipeg Jets, and I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets money line. So that's my money line NHL for Saturday.
All right. To recap real quick, NCAA football tonight, I have UMass plus 15.5. NBA tonight, Mavericks -3, Bucks -3.5. Cleveland Cavaliers at the -5.5, and the Golden State Warriors plus 11. College football on Saturday, I have Texas A&M -3, North Carolina -7.5, TCU -8.5, Tennessee plus 8.5 against Georgia, and Texas -2.5. My money line underdog parlay that I put together for the college football is Notre Dame plus 146, NC State plus 138, and Iowa plus 146. And in the NFL, I like the Seahawks plus 140, or Seahawks on the money line against the Cardinals, Colts plus 5.5, the Vikings -3, the Ravens -2.5, Dolphins -4.5, and then my underdog money line parlay for the NFL, Falcons money line, Panthers plus 270, and the Seahawks at plus 114.
I'll do my real quick recap. I got the college football parlay for Saturday. I got Tulane -7.5 at Tulsa. I got Penn State -14 at IU. I've got Auburn at Mississippi State. I'm going to take Mississippi State -12.5. And I got Clemson -3.5 at Notre Dame. That's my college football parlay. Then my NHL parlay, I got the Islanders at the Blues. I'm taking. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope, here we go. That was the other day. I got Las Vegas Golden Knights money line at the Montreal Canadiens. I got the Colorado Avalanche money line at the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then I've got the Winnipeg Jets at home. I'm going to take that money line win over the Chicago Blackhawks. My NFL parlay, I got Green Bay -3.5 at Detroit. I've got Minnesota -3. I believe you said it was 3 against Washington. I've got the Miami Dolphins, I believe it was -4.5 or 5 at Chicago.
4.5.
And Seattle money line win over the Arizona Cardinals at Arizona.
All right. We appreciate everybody watching. Like I said, picks have been doing pretty good this week. I was 18-6 so far. He's had a couple parlays in hockey hit this week. So it's been a pretty good week. We appreciate everybody joining us. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow us on Facebook and Twitch, please, as well, at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, check out the ASAP All Sports Network. Like, follow, and subscribe to their YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well. We also have our Indianapolis Colts show, Horseshoe Talk, here this evening at 6 o'clock. So come join us for that. And got Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk tonight. Then Saturday, we're going to be doing a watch along for WWE Crown Jewel. That starts at noon tomorrow. So got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. We appreciate everybody that supports us. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Hopefully we'll see you guys at 6 o'clock for Horseshoe Talk and tonight for Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. But everybody have a great weekend and stay safe.